We have ourselves some breaking news. Just when you thought it was safe to go outside and or go to bed, it's announced that Liam Lawson is gonzo sakabo kaput. He's been sacked, disposed by one Tsunoda-san. And that will happen as at the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm calling it breaking news. I expected the British biased media to break it, but they apparently have all gone to bed. Dutch media, however, are all over this. So too French. Canal Plus have told us that Yuki Tsunoda-san even will race alongside one Maximilian Verstappen at the Red Bull Racing team as soon as the Japanese Grand Prix. Oh, the humanity. This on the day when we get this by Red Bull Racing social media. What are we doing here? They put this up there and then deleted it. I mean, this makes no sense. And then in the last 30 minutes, you get this from the legend, the one Eric Van Haren of The Telegraph. Let's read it together. He writes, bullet through the church, Yuki Tsunoda, new teammate of Max Verstappen at the expense of Liam Lawson. Again, all F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. Eric Van Haren around all things Red Bull Racing, not bad as far as reliability. Indeed, this dude has the inside track. He writes, Liam Lawson is definitively sidelined by Red Bull Racing after just 2 races from the Japanese Grand Prix onwards. Yuki Tsunoda, therefore, is Max Verstappen's new teammate. Oh, the humanity. And again, it feels like this is the worst kept secret in F1 history now. Everybody knew it was coming, but now we get it officially announced by one of the goatiest F1 journos, who I think is close to this circumstances than most, even the one that they call Andrew Benson. But I digress. That change has already been announced last weekend in China and is now official on Tuesday. I thought the meeting was on Thursday, but I digress. Tuesday, a top meeting of Red Bull took place in Dubai, where the time major shareholder Charlie Mavidya lives. Engine supplier Honda is now involved in the deal. The Japanese manufacturer supports Tsunoda, 24 years of age, also financially, which makes the deal financially still somewhat interesting for Red Bull. Paid driver settings, sponsorship settings. This has been confirmed by various sources to the Telegraph following early reports by the Limburger, if I can even read and get my words out. Red Bull is expected to officially announce the controversial and historically fast substitution later on this week. Oh, the humanity. They don't hesitate to pull the trigger to the Red Bull Racing even. And again, if you look at the long litany of drivers whose careers have gone to Red Bull Racing, out to pasture, Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, bloody Danny Rick, Checo Perez. Is Yuki Tsunoda going to be the next one? After Liam Lawson, anybody's guess, non-rhetorical question. The change is particularly striking because of the timing. Checo Perez had to make way for Verstappen after 4 seasons. 4. Despite the fact that the contract of the disappointing Mexican was extended 2 years in the spring. His contract was reportedly bought out for 18 million euros. Lawson, 23 years old, was then chosen as his replacement, while Tsunoda had already completed 4 seasons on behalf of the sister team. It's chaos, this. I don't know how good or bad I feel about reporting this. Again, you guys know me that I don't like Liam Lawson, but this is bloody harsh, is it not? 2 races after having waited so long and done Super Formula, F2, F3 even. Now Liam Lawson, flotsam and jetsam as far as Red Bull Racing are concerned. Oh, the humanity. But this, lest you forget, is a piranha's tank of a Formula. Formula 1 waits for no man, and if you underperform, then your tenure, your length of service will be curtailed, shortened, and that's what's happened to Liam Lawson, is it not? A sign, continues Eric Van Haren, that not everyone at Red Bull was completely convinced of the skills of the Japanese driver, who allegedly did not perform consistently enough. In addition, there were doubts about his feedback to engineers. What's Eric Van Haren talking about? I thought when he was testing that the engineers loved Tsunoda-san's feedback, but I digress. Lawson falls through the ice. After 2 races in a new season, that opinion has already been revised. Lawson is demoted to Racing Bulls and Tsunoda is promoted after. Let me say this about Lawson being demoted. I'm glad he's still going to be in F1. I feel like it would have been too harsh. On the back of Helmut Marko saying that Isaac Hajar crying on the back of him yeeting into the barrier his first race in Formula 1. I feel like the backlash was sufficient. The backlash The backlash, even. What's wrong with your enunciation, Cameron? The backlash will suffice to say that Red Bull Racing needed to get their PR arms around this story. They couldn't sack Liam Lawson. Now, for a second, it seemed like the conversation was around getting Colapinto in. Five into four doesn't go. Where were you going to sandwich Colapinto, and who was going to give way at the Racing Bulls? I am therefore glad that Liam Lawson will still have a seat in F1 and still be given the opportunity to prove himself in what ostensibly looks like a much easier car to drive. Lawson did not score any points in the first two races and was the slowest of everyone in both the sprint and regular qualifying in China. And again, this is the extent. It is a difference in extents and not kinds. So bad was Liam Lawson, he almost forces the hand of a Christian Horner and or a Helmut Marko. They couldn't continue to dine at this restaurant. Underperformance. Those performances have led to a lot of internal dissatisfaction. And again, if you're talking about this is dissatisfaction as far as Red Bull Racing, you've got to think about Checo Perez, right? All of those bloody workers at Milton Keynes, the Red Bull Racing ones, have mortgages to pay. Checo Perez isn't bringing home the bacon and he's costing them up to 80% of the bonus that they'd already factored in. Again, if you've got two Max Verstappen in that car, then they win themselves for constructors and get themselves that bonus. There's no amount of tequila that can solve for that, soften that wound. Eric Van Haren of the Telegraph continues. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner and top advisor Helmut Marko indicated that after the weekend in China, they would look at what the best solution would be regarding the driver lineup, a sign that a change was imminent. Verstappen defended Lawson after qualifying on Saturday in Shanghai by stating that the RB21 is an extremely difficult car to drive and that Lawson will probably go fast in racing, but I thought that was a backhanded compliment from Mr. Verstappen, to be fair. I mean, not the RB21 isn't for everybody, only the God tier ones. More summit meetings later this week, although the New Zealander knows the next circuit Suzuka well. He's no longer granted a chance at that place, at least not on behalf of the flagship Red Bull Racing team. Tsunoda will make his debut for the top team, partly thanks to the support of Honda, paying millions therefore, paid driver settings in front of his home crowd. Eric Van Haren of the Telegraph continues. Top advisor Marko also announced that a further top-level meeting will take place this week on Thursday at the factory in Milton Keynes. That's the meeting where we thought they were going to make these decisions, that they expedited for it and had it on Tuesday, rushed it through. Just goes to show how DEFCON 1 this had become. Verstappen will also be present at that meeting on Thursday. And again, there is a lot of talk about whether Max Verstappen will stay at the Red Bulls going forth, medium to long term. His contract extends through 2028, but will he see it out? This emergency meeting has been scheduled to see how Red Bull can close the gap with the dominant McLaren. Now the car is still disappointing into the new season. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing here, chat? Liam Lawson is gonzo, sacked, no longer a going concern at Red Bull Racing. And I want to say I feel bad, but I don't. I think for Liam Lawson, this might be a blessing in disguise. Many people online are speculating that for one Tsunoda-san, it could get a bit techier than techie things, for we know that RB21 is nothing if not difficult to drive, a raging bull to tame. Tsunoda will have to get to grips with it. Per Alex Albon, the extreme sensitivity, so on the nose, is the favoured handling characteristic of one 4, soon to be 5-time champion, the one that they call Maximilian Verstappen. Tsunoda-san, Yuki, Japan's finest even. It's your move, sir.